Hi, dear children. Welcome to Social Science online class. Today, in this session, we will learn about ninth standard geography, 4th chapter, water resources of Karnataka. In this chapter, water resources, you learn the important rivers of Karnataka, the different types of irrigation in Karnataka, the importance of hydroelectric power stations, the major dams of Karnataka, the disputes regarding sharing of river water, and the importance of conserving river water. Karnataka is a land of rich natural resources, and water is one of the most vital of all these resources. Karnataka, being essentially an agricultural state, we need water for agriculture as well as industry. As we know, demand of water is increasing rapidly with the increase in population, whereas the supply of water remains the same. Rivers are the main source of water. The rivers of Karnataka can be divided into two groups. They are east flowing rivers and west flowing rivers. Now let us understand the important east flowing rivers. The Krishna, the Kaveri, the Pennar and Pala rivers flows eastwards and join the Bay of Bengal. The Krishna River. The Krishna River is the second important river of South India. It takes birth at Mahabaleshwar and flows 1392 kilometers eastwards to join the Bay of Bengal. But River Krishna flows for only 480 kilometers through Karnataka state. The important tributaries of Krishna are Bhima, Koyana, Tungabhadra, Gadaprabha and Malaprabha. Irrigation and hydroelectric power generation from the river Krishna have been benefited in the northern Karnataka state. The river Kaveri. The Kaveri river is the most important river of Karnataka. It is known as Dakshina Ganga. The river Kaveri originates at Talakaveri in Kodagu districts and flows 804 kilometers through Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. The Kaveri river flow eastwards and join the Bay of Bengal. The river Kaveri flows for only 380 kilometers in Karnataka. Many tributaries join this river. For example, Hemavati, Lokapavani, Arkavati, Shimsha, Kapila and Bhavani. This river is most useful for agriculture, power generation and drinking water supply. The Pennar and Pala rivers flows through the districts of Kolar, Tumkur and Bangalore and then enter Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. The west flowing rivers. Many rivers rise in Malnad region, flow towards westwards and join the Arabian Sea. The example for west flowing rivers are Sharavati, Kali, Netravati, Varahi. These west flowing rivers flows down steep slopes and create waterfalls. They also helps to produce hydroelectric power. Jogu Falls on Sharavati River is world famous. It is the highest waterfall in India with 293 meters. The other important waterfalls are irrigation in Karnataka. The artificial supply of water for agriculture is called irrigation. It is essential for the development of agriculture in place where the distribution of rainfall is uneven and irregular. It has been an ancient practice in Karnataka to carry on farming through the different sources of irrigation. The main sources of irrigation are well, canal and tanks. In early days, wells were dug in villages for the purpose of irrigation. Later, the practice of constructing canals to supply water from rivers for farming was started. Big tanks can be seen even now. For example, Shanti Sagara in Davangere district. The wells dug in Kalburgi district during the 11th century, the Tungabhadra canals of the time of Vijayanagara Empire, Vanivilas Sagar and the Krishnaraja Sagar Dam constructed by the Mysore kings are the milestones in the development of irrigation in Karnataka. At present, both river water and underground water are used for irrigation. Nearly 26.2% of the cultivable land is under irrigation facility in Karnataka. Karnataka occupies the 9th position in India with regard to irrigation. Raichur district has the largest area under canal irrigation in the state. Tank irrigation is maximum in Shimoga district, whereas Belgavi district has the maximum well irrigation facilities. In recent times, the number of tube well has increased. When the land under irrigation is taken into consideration, Belgavi district occupies first position. In contrast, Kodagu district occupies the last position. Hydroelectric power. Production of electricity from the velocity of falling water is called hydroelectricity. As our country, a developing one, there is a great demand for hydroelectricity. The credit for successful generation of hydroelectric power for the first time in India goes to Karnataka state. Petroleum or coal are not available in our state, but there is a great opportunity for the generation of hydel power. There are rivers which can provide sufficient power for whole state. Rivers flowing towards the west are most suitable for power generation than the rivers flowing towards the east. The hydroelectric power station at Shivanasamudra was established in 1902 to supply power to the Kolar gold mines. This project was across constructed on the river Kaveri. At a short distance away from the Shivanasamudra project, the second hydro power station was established on Shimsha River in 1940. The Mahatma Gandhi hydroelectric power station was established in 1947 near Jog Falls on Sharavati River to fulfill the increasing demand for hydroelectric power. Later, many more hydel projects were developed under the 5-year plans. As a result of these developments, Karnataka ranks first in the generation of hydroelectric power in India. The main hydroelectric power project of Karnataka are river water disputes. Many rivers in India flow through more than one state. This has given rise to disputes regarding the use of river water. The Kaveri water dispute and Krishna water dispute in Karnataka are this kind. The catchment area of river Kaveri is spread in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Pondicherry. The river Krishna flows through different states like Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. This has given rise to river water dispute. The river water dispute between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu is more than a century old. Yet, this is a burning issue even today.